Hi there, welcome to Elm Colors. I'm Erica. On today's video, I'm going to be sharing two artists that I really adore. I don't get to color in their work as much, but they are two artists that I like I said, I just adore them. I do support each of them on Patreon, so if you guys are interested, I will put that in the description box and you can check them out on Patreon. So the artists are Jash and Janna Prosvirina. I just fell in love with both of their art styles early on in my coloring journey and have been collecting their books. I don't have all of their books. I am missing a couple here and there, but I'm okay with that because, like I said, I haven't been able to color in them as much as I would like. So we're going to start with Jash, and I'm going to start with the books that I don't have any pages colored in, unfortunately. So this is Flower Ladies. This is Amazon print book, but the artwork is so freaking cool. I just love it. And I had buddy colors planned in this and they didn't end up working. And then other times I pulled it out and set it aside and that didn't end up. So it's just, unfortunately, his pages have not been my go-tos lately, but I haven't been coloring a whole lot of portraits lately, so I think I'm wondering if that's part of it. And then the other one that I have that is not colored in yet is Mythical Hybrid Special from Coloring Heaven. This one is a really cool mix of cutesy ones and then more like grown-up ones, I guess. I don't know. But I like all of them. I think they're really cool illustrations. This one scares me a little bit, but it's still really neat. But yeah, I think these are awesome. I like them a lot. So yeah, so those are the two that I don't have any pages done in. And then I've got the Gods and Goddesses special from Coloring Heaven. So he's got several from Coloring Heaven, and they're all of the ones that I've seen are awesome. There's like a story one too. I did not get that one, but I have these other ones. This is another one that is just... This material is right up my alley, and I just love the illustrations in this. I do have one page finished in here, and I did this one, which I thought turned out pretty cool. I like the way he looks. So yeah, so that one is the one I have done in this book. So that's Gods and Goddesses special. I have Fantasy Collection. So this was the very first book that I got by him. I only have a couple of finished pages. I have this one, which I do like the way that ended up looking. It's kind of a cool page. I have started some things in here randomly, but again, just beautiful images. I know I have a couple other finished pages. That's another whip that I have. And then I have this completed page, which that one was really fun to do. Really like that one. And then I also did this one. And that one is another one I thought turned out pretty neat. So I would love to get back into these, but like I said, I'm not reaching for portrait stuff right now, and that's what he does. So I also have the Fantasy Princesses special. So this one is one that I just went through and I just started playing with things. So I've got a lot of skin tones started on things and hair colors, you know, just a little bits in here and pieces throughout the book that I've just decided to start. Some are closer to being done than others, but yeah, like that one, I could probably just get in there and use some pencils real quick and finish that right up. But yeah, I like this one a lot too. I really like that one. This was one that is finished. There's more, just things started everywhere. There's another one that I started. I might try to pull this one back out and work on it for Valentine's Day, maybe. I think that's a cool page. The Phoenix one. Here's another one that I finished. I love the way that this one turned out. I don't know that I would have colored it had it not been for a color along that was out on Instagram. So always help. Those always help. So if you're stuck on what to color, just go search up color alongs on Instagram, and that kind of helps you pick out what you want to, or pick out something maybe different that you wouldn't have normally picked out before. But yeah, so there is that one. And then in the next one is another one where I was just playing. So this is the last one by Jash. This is the Chibi Coloring Heaven. And again, I have just played in here. I have a couple finished pages, maybe just one actually, but then just playing. So I started trying to do, so Jackie from Spare Room Studio takes water-based markers and then just wets them completely with water and colors with them that way. And I don't think I did it right, but I can still come in with pencils over top of this and make it look great, I think. That way of coloring really stressed me out. Seeing her pages and the way she does it and the way that it looks when she's done is amazing. But coloring that way for some reason just was like, I didn't have enough control, I think, and I didn't love it. But I think once I start shading that guy in, it'll be fine. But yeah, I was a little freaked out. I did the same thing on this one, where I just used markers, especially like in the background. I do really like the way that the colors separate. I think that's really cool because that's just one marker that I used, which I do think that's really neat. And then some of this other stuff is Inktense, I think, maybe as well. But again, that's just one that I need to get in there and shade. But yeah, you can tell that I really like soaked the paper a lot in areas. And but yeah, it does really produce those cool effects though. But yeah, so those were Tombows, I think. I have this one done. This is a completed page, which I did a while ago, but I still really like it. I like those little zombies. Here's another one where I did the markers in the background. I don't love this one as much. I really liked the blue one. I don't love this green color as much. I don't know what was different, but yeah, so there's that one. I mean, I know that I can make it look cool still, but I don't know. When things don't work out the way that you think they're going to work out, it just kind of throws you off. So here's this one. I really like the way that this one turned out. This one was super fun. This is a finished page. And when I saw these guys, I really was just inspired by Mario. So like they had to be the same colors as what you'd find in the video game. And then this wizard was just really cute. I thought it turned out so cute. That might be the only thing. I think that's it in this book. This one is adorable. Like this one I can see myself reaching for more so than maybe some of his portrait ones, but I don't know. Just as I'm going through my collection too, it's really hard because I am focusing on mythographics this year, but I want to color everything else now. So yeah, so those were my books by Jash. Like I said, his Patreon, link to his Patreon will be in the description box below. And I just support him. There's no like freebies or anything that I get from him. It's just support for a wonderful artist. Okay, so next is Janna Prosvirina, and this one is one of my favorite coloring book artists ever. Okay, so Janna Prosvirina. These are the only two books I have of hers that do not have any work in them at all. This is Moonlight Fantasy. It is a beautiful coloring book. There's a lot of fall themed pages, but there are also other ones in here that you could definitely color any time of the year. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And I love the color palette that's on the cover, and I really wanted to do the whole book in that color palette. Just this beautiful like bluish purple and the oranges and browns, and then this really light green. I just think it's so stunning. But yeah, so there's that one. And then Fancy Hats is another one. I think this is one of her newer books. It's just cute. Each hat is themed, and it's just adorable. I think they're really, really cute. And I like that her faces are different. It's not the same face shape every time. And I think that's really cool. I love that one. So yeah, really cute book. Love that one too. Okay, and then I have her Fantasy Dolls Volume 1 and 2. I think I have one page in each of these, maybe. But they're just really close-up portraits, and they're just beautiful images. I love them. So this one is pre-prepared with satin glazing liquid, and so I can come in with water mediums and color in this. So I've started something here. This one was another one that I did the same thing with. It's got satin glazing liquid on it, and then I used some different water mediums to color that one in. I like the way that one turned out. I think that's it in that one. Yep. And then in Fantasy Dolls Volume 2, I think I just have one page in this one too. It's another one that's just lots of really cool portraits. Really great for alcohol marker practice, which I think I have one in here that's practice. But that one is, again, based with, or prepared with the satin glazing liquid. And then I was able to use ink tints on there and some metallic watercolors and things like that without the paper going crazy. I do have one in here. Yeah, so there I was trying to mess with alcohol markers, and it was not working. So I stopped that. I do have another one started here. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be my go-to, is I'm going to try to do some alcohol marker work in these. Maybe try to work on a little bit of shading. It's not the best paper for shading. And I know that I could probably fix that with pencils if I need to, but so yeah, so that is the work that I have in Fantasy Dolls 2. Then I have a couple of mermaids books. So I have the one that's just called Mermaids, and I think I just have one page in here, which is this one. I really like the way that one ended up looking. I did a stencil in the background with like chalk pastel, and then I used some metallic watercolor and did like splatters. Used some, I think that's metallic watercolor too on the anchor, some folk art extreme on her tail. Yeah, and then alcohol marker base, pencils on top. Really, really cute book. I really like this one a lot. This one will get pulled out again at Mermaid, and hopefully I'll be able to do another page in here because it's really adorable. Yep, so there's that one. And then in Whimsical Darlings Mermaids, I have the volume 1. So I'm guessing there's another volume. These are just like the cutesy characters that she draws. I did this one. This was another one that was pre-prepared with the satin glazing liquid. I do have a video out there, I think, about that. I think I do. If I don't, I will put a note on screen just to let you guys know for sure. But yeah, because I've done that a lot in her books because I love her art style. Like, for example, here, you can tell it's all watercolor. She uses a lot of watercolors on her actual art. And I really wanted to do that as well, so tried to prepare the pages, a lot of the pages, so that I could do that. But I like the way that one turned out. I think it's cute, that little crab. And then there's like a gold kind of metallic watercolor kind of spread throughout the page. But yeah, that one's cute. I think that might be it in this book too. Yep, that's it. So that's Mermaid Darlings. And then I have Fairy Volume 2. This is the second in the... I do have several of these that I colored as PDFs, which I'm going to go grab. Okay, so let me flip through here, and as we get to one that I know that I've colored, I'll show you. But this one is another just beautiful book. There are a couple of these that I do have as PDFs, but I think I only have one colored. I have also gone through and printed out some of her original artwork. So that's her artwork. And then found the page that it goes with and stuck it in there. So just for inspiration is when I go to color it, to see if maybe I want to try to duplicate what she's done. So I did this one. I used alcohol markers. I used some ink, distress ink, and a stencil in the background. And then Prismacolor pencils on top. I do like the way that one turned out. So here's another one where it's just beautiful. And I wouldn't think to draw it that way. Okay, so this one I do have, and I did this page, which I really like the way that ended up turning out. It's pretty cool. And then I think there's another one in here. Yeah, this one here. I have also done, and that's here. And I used a chalk pastel and a stencil in the background to make that cool, like falling leaves, soft background. I think that looks neat. Used a lot of alcohol markers, and then pencils, and then added in her freckles there. Yeah, I like that page a lot. And I think that's it for this book. Yeah, so that is Fairy Volume 2. I'm going to go ahead and show you the other 2 PDFs that I have, because I don't know what book they come from or if they're in a book. This one I think might be. This one maybe this is in one of the fairy books that I don't have. But I really like this image. I think it's so cute. I used chalk pastel in the background, alcohol markers, and probably Prismacolors. But yeah, really cute, just fun and colorful. And then this one is one of my favorites I've ever done by her. This was done for a color along on Instagram. It was like diverse couples. So I did a light fairy and a dark fairy. And then like the background was done with oil pastels, and it's supposed to like look like their worlds are combining or colliding, or however you want to say it. Then I used Folk Art Extreme Glitter on their wings, and some stickles on her skirt here, some Sparkle Pop pen on his shirt. Yeah, I really like this one a lot. Love that page. Okay, next I have a couple of Christmas books. So you might have seen these recently. Well, not super recently, but when I did my Christmas coloring book collection. This is just a really sweet book. Lots of cute little kid images. Really, really adorable. I like it a lot. I do have 2 pages, I think, in here. So I did this fairy. I used this really cool iridescent gelato. Yeah, iridescent gelato in the background. And I really like the look. And then it's some metallic watercolor. I did some washi tape on the background there to fill in that little circle. Stickles all over the place. Yeah, super cute page. And then the other one I did is the other fairy, and it's did this one. And I really like the way that one ended up looking too. Again, alcohol markers and Prismacolors probably. I used some Distress ink and a stencil for the background, and then I just splattered the heck out of it with metallic watercolor. So yeah, super cute. These pages are adorable. I love them. I think I have one maybe in here, maybe 2. This is another one that's just beautiful. Very winter, Christmassy. So I have this one. This is my Blue Snow Fairy. I did this for a color along I was hosting one year. And I just love the way that it ended up turning out. Super cute. Used a ton of stickles and Folk Art Extreme Glitter here. I did some kind of shimmer something or other on the snow. I don't even know what that is. But it's super sparkly. Yeah, really like that one. And then I also have done this one. This is my 4th of July fairy, Christmas fairy. So I did this Christmas in July last year or the year before. Yeah, I like that, the way that one turned out. I really like the background on that one too. That's another one where it was chalk pastel and stencil to make that really like soft background. And then I've done this one. Really love this one. The gradient from the really dark purple to the light, and then the pinks on the snow. I've got some pink like throughout her outfit, just little hints of it here and there in her hair. Yeah, I like that one. That's a cool one. And that's it. So that is Winter Magic. I have a couple of Halloween ones. So I have this Whimsical Darlings Halloween one. This is just adorable. I've done this one again with a Distress ink and a stencil in the background, and then alcohol markers and Prismas. And of course, splatters of metallic stuff and whatever else I was using. I do have a couple of the pages done with a base of skin tone. I've done this one too. This again was Distress ink and a stencil in the background. I do like the way that looks. And then I've got, like I said, I've got just skin tones done randomly throughout the book. I think that might be it in this book. Yes, that's Whimsical Darlings Halloween. Now this one is not necessarily Halloween, but because of the cover, I tend to pull it out only around Halloween. But I don't know that the pages I've got in here colored are even Halloween. So, but this is a really cute book. Again, the cute little characters. And then I've got this one, which I did base this one as well, but I think I sanded too much of the gesso off. So it just didn't, the background got all weird. It's fine. It's a finished page and it's not terrible. But yeah, so there's that one. And then I do have this one too. And I do like this one a lot. I think that one turned out really cute. So yeah, so that is the Whimsical Darlings. Then I have Witch Magic. Really cute book. I'm going to say that about all of her books. I love her books. They're just adorable. And I have this one done. Again, I used a stencil and chalk in the background and then alcohol markers and Prismacolors. I think that's what I used. And then I did use, I found the original image that she had done, but you can see I didn't really do it. I just kind of tried to figure out like shading on her face a little bit. That was really all I used that for. And then I've got this one, which I just love the way this one turned out. I've got some stickles up in the tree there. And then I drew in like this little leaf. Like these leaves were here already, but then I drew in some extras and some dots and then drew all in the grasses and stuff behind there. I like the way that the pumpkins turned out. Yeah, I really like that one. That turned out really cool. Yeah, so that is Witch Magic. Then I have Witch Season. This is another one that I really like. Let's see what I've got in here. I think I have a whip in here. So I have this one that's a whip that I just haven't ever gotten back to. I need to. It's not that much that I have left to do on it. I don't know why I can't get back to it. But yeah, I mean, as the title says, it's lots of witches, but not all of them are fall. So you can do it whenever, whatever time of year you want. I do like this one. This one was another one that I had for a color along on my channel. Really like that one. Yeah, super cute book. Like that one too. So yeah, so that is Witch Season. All right, almost done. We've got just 3 more, I think. So I've got Fantasy Realm. This is one of my favorite books that she's ever made. I just really like all the characters in this book. They're so cool. I love this page. I have notes on everything of how I want to color it. This one I want to make them look like elves from Lord of the Rings. Yeah, so this one I decided was going to be all greens for some reason. I don't know why. That's one's going to have a black Pegasus. It's going to have all fall colors. So yeah, so I've got notes all over the place. I love it. And I just have the one page done. So I have this one. Just this one? Maybe another. I don't know. But yeah, so I used Distress ink and stencil in the background. And then alcohol markers and Prismas. It's kind of my go-to. And then, yeah, this one. So this one was another one that I had pre-prepared and then just went crazy with water mediums. So I have metallic watercolor. I have ink tints in the background. I have folk art stuff on the horse to make it all shiny. And then a bunch of stickles down here and stickles here. So yeah, this is a super, super shiny page. But it's really, really fun. So yeah, so that is Fantasy Realm. I have World of Fairies. This is another one that's really, really cute. Testing out water mediums. You can see it's Amazon paper, so it's not the best, but if you don't mind crinkly papers, then you're okay. So there's several in here that are landscape, which is one of the ones that I've colored in here. I did that background using chalk pastel. I really like the way that ended up turning out. Yep, like that one. And then I have this one. Now this one I did do where I don't know if I still have it. No, I don't have it anymore, but her original artwork had a background very similar to that, and I just loved it. So I tried to replicate it as best I could, and then I kind of did my own thing on the character. But yeah, the background was really fun to try to do. So yeah, I think that ended up turning out really cool. Yeah, lots of really cool images in this one. And again, I've gone through and printed up some of, I did, here we go, there's that one. Let me show you again. So yeah, so you can see that I've kind of done my own thing on the character, but the whole background is kind of, I've tried to copy that as best I could. But I really like looking at these for inspiration, because I just, like, for example, this image is what she did, that's what she did with hers. And I just, there's no way I would have thought to do that, but I think it would be so cool to do it that way. So yeah, I love seeing her original artwork and then trying to pull inspiration from it. And then last but not least, this is Fairy. So this is the original book that I started with for her and just kind of got hooked and love it. So here's a lot of her artwork. It's gorgeous. And I have, I think, 3 or 4 in here. Again, lots of portraits. Yeah, so I've done that one. I think that one turned out neat. I think that one was done around Easter time, so I wanted, like, that's why it's pastel pinks and yellows. I've got this one done. This one was a very early one. I did that almost all with pencil, I think. Yeah, so I just have the base on the hair and the sky, and then everything else is pencil, which I don't do that very often anymore. I usually do a lot of basing with markers because it's just takes too long. This one is a work in progress. And then I've got this one. This one's probably my favorite in the book. I adore the way that this one ended up turning out. I based it off of a couple of characters from Critical Role that I really love. So this is based on Vax and Keyleth. Gorgeous. Love it. Here's this one. This was another fun one to do with the distress ink and stencil in the background. And then there was a color along that had brown to green hair, I think. And I was trying to figure out how to do that, but I finally figured out a way. Yeah, I like that one. Lots of rose gold accents kind of all over the page. I have this one. This is another one that was done around Easter time, so it's very soft and springy. And I've got stickles on her wings there. I think I might have one more, or is that it? That's it. So yeah. And then I have all of the things printed out here so that I can have inspiration for it. But yeah, those are all of my Janna Prosvirina books. I really love her artwork, and so glad that I found her. I know that, like I said earlier, I'm not really reaching for portraits a whole lot lately, but yeah, just kind of looking through these makes me want to color something in one of them. But yeah, so that is my Jash Lee and Janna Prosvirina pages. I hope that you enjoyed this. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.